There are many stories back in the day as a child would leave fear within our minds. Back then, the stories would be stained within our brains. As a result, our only option as children would be using light as a protective barrier, for example, using a nightlight to help sleep easier. So what monster was so heinous that it made everyone feel fear? Well, one of them is this emo-looking motherfucker. Jeff the Killer is a creepypasta that was posted October 3rd, 2008 and created by Sesuar. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. The original creepypasta was absolutely god-awful, and yes, I said original, more on that later. In this video, I am going to review the original creepypasta, the 2015 reboot, and something a little special at the end. But for now, let's start with the original creepypasta that started it all. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. "I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night," says the boy. "I saw that for some reason the window was open even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bored in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth. A long, horrendous smile that made every hair in my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but in a way only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled a knife, aiming at my heart. I jumped on top of my bed. I fought back. I kicked. I punched. I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife and it went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointed towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing, I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits this description in this story, please contact your local police department. Don't get so attached to the prologue. This is the only section where it even tries to even dip into the horror setting. After this, it's just Ed, and Eddie types of situations. Throughout the story that follows Jeff, it describes Jeff's desire to kill, and the story describes it as a weird feeling. It uses this same exact description over and over again, and the more I keep seeing that description, the more I think Jeff needs to go see his parents. The story is literally just Jeff beefing with other kids and going on psychotic situations with them here and there. There's not even an explanation of why Jeff kills. He just had a feeling and just starts going Heath Ledger's Joker types of insanity. Was it because Lou was sent to the police? No. Was it because of the three bullies? No. It happens before these situations even happened. As a matter of fact, his psychotic break is the reason why his brother gets arrested in the first place. You know what does happen before Jeff's start of insanity? His mom telling him that he has to go to a party. And because of this, it makes me think that's Jeff's motivation for going insane. Yeah, sure, but what a really good motivation for your insane killer. They even still go to the party even after what the hell happened. Whose party is it? Billy's! And this kid has nothing to do with the creepypasta entirely. Poor Billy just wanted to celebrate his birthday and Jeff has to beat the crap out of everyone. This whole creepypasta has the edgy tone of Newgrounds back then. Oh, and Jeff looks like this because he got flamed by bleach. Bleach isn't even flammable, so don't ask me how this works. Okay, that's it. Enough of that creepypasta. Now on to the reboot.
This reboot was made by K. Banning Kellum. It's probably worth mentioning that before this reboot was published, a lot of people were angry about the original creepypasta being on the site. So then came a competition to see whose reboot of Jeff the Killer would emerge victorious. The prize? The reboot would replace the original creepypasta and it would be narrated by Mr. Creepypasta himself. I even watched the video myself, and thank God it exists, otherwise I would have lost my mind reading the original creepypasta and reading another one. And it was even longer than it too, which made me feel a bit uneasy at first. So this video was really useful. As for the results, this reboot turned out to be in first place, doing it to have the mass amount of votes. But here's the question. Is it good? Well, I'm gonna spoil that for you. Yes, it very much is. And it's a whole lot better. Yes, dear viewer, I'm genuinely as shocked as you. This time, Jeff is mad for a good reason too. Well, actually, the story just moves Jeff's first time feeling rage to the three bullies' first appearance, who are named Randy, Troy, and Keith, by the way, in case you're wondering. But because of this, Jeff is now a lot more of a better written character. He doesn't even kill his brother Lou this time. Did I forget that happened in the original? Oops. But that aside, it actually feels like there's a connection between Jeff and his brother. Lou isn't just some pushover like he was in the original. Fun fact, the author himself even has a Twitch channel, and he even writes other books himself, including ones that are Jeff the Killer related. I suggest checking out those for a read if you're so interested. Now for that special thing I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. No. The photo being shown here has been an internet mystery for years. Till this day, it remains a mystery of what the original image was made of this photo to make Jeff the Killer in the first place. At first, it was believed to be an edit to harass someone on 4chan. This got this person to, game end themselves. I'm gonna censor their face for the sake of brevity. But that was not where the image came from. For the second possibility was a short video with this title. I can't really read that. Right around the 4-minute mark, we get a split-second appearance of Jeff the Killer. For proof of this video was uploaded a year before the original creepypasta even came out. But this is still not the answer. We're here to find the origins of this image, not where it came from. There is something that does predate this. A 4chan post gives us a link to a Japanese messaging board website. This is where we get this image of Jeff. Honestly, this looks a little bit more creepier than the original. If you do click on these links to learn more about this image, you'd be out of luck. The website shut down. Though it is claimed that a Japanese woman was the face of the Jeff the Killer image. Who this person is, we still don't know that. It is still speculation until this very day. This was the closest anyone could ever get to the original image, at least for its origins. And it even got so intense that Mutahar from Storm Ordinary Gamers even made a video stating that he was going to bid $10,000 to see who would find the original origins of the image. The deadline was within a week, and of course, nobody got it. But there is a subreddit that is still dedicated to finding the Jeff the Killer image, even though it's most likely it'll forever remain a mystery. Only time will tell for this reveal. This story is definitely iconic creepypasta to say the least. Even though it's a classic, it's still a bad creepypasta to be remembered by. I, of course, mean no hard feelings to the creator because it's most likely that this was made at a very young age or something. We all improve the older and wiser we get. Trust me. I know. The reboot was definitely something to be liked for its amazing writing for the characters and giving us the true potential of a horror experience. As for the image, it really proves how much the internet is dedicated to try and find information. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm OP Silver, signing off. Oh, and while I'm at it, I might as well make a meme about this. Also to, fill out runtime.